If you look at the southwestern coast of Africa, there is a massive sleeping giant. It is the second largest country south of the Sahara, packed with some of the most violent, dramatic, and unbelievable geography on the planet. Yet, for decades, its borders were essentially closed to the outside world. Today, we are opening the door to Angola. This is a place where deep jungles suddenly crash into the Atlantic Ocean, where ancient black rocks shoot out of the earth like skyscrapers, and where the land literally drops away into nothing. Let's explore the edge of the earth. To understand the scale of Angola, you have to start in the capital, Luanda. This isn't a quiet coastal town. It is a massive, booming metropolis built directly onto the Atlantic Ocean. The city curves around a massive bay protected by the Ilha do Cabo, a long, narrow strip of sand packed with restaurants, beaches, and high-end real estate. Because of its massive oil reserves, Luanda grew incredibly fast. At one point, it was literally the most expensive city in the world for expats to live in. The energy here is intense. You have towering glass skyscrapers reflecting the ocean water, standing right next to centuries-old Portuguese colonial architecture. It is the financial beating heart of the country, but the moment you drive outside the city limits, the modern world completely disappears. Just an hour outside of that towering city, the coastline turns into a literal alien planet. This is the Miradouro da Lua, or the Viewpoint of the Moon. Over thousands of years, the wind and the heavy ocean rain have carved the coastal cliffs into thousands of sharp, jagged, bright red and orange spikes that drop directly into the blue water. But the strange geology doesn't stop at the coast. If you push inland toward the Malanje province, the flat green savanna is suddenly broken by something that makes no sense. These are the black rocks of Pungo Andongo. They are massive, smooth, black granite monoliths that shoot hundreds of feet straight up into the sky. They look like a giant hand dropped a handful of dark meteors onto the grass. The local legends say you can still find the massive, hardened footprints of an ancient queen carved directly into the stone. That same province holds a completely different kind of raw power. Hidden deep in the jungle is Kalandula Falls. If you have ever seen footage of Victoria Falls, this is its massive, forgotten rival. The river is over 1,000 feet wide and completely collapses over a horseshoe-shaped cliff, plunging more than 300 feet. Because Angola hasn't been heavily developed for tourism yet, there are no massive viewing platforms or crowds of camera-wielding tourists here. You can literally stand on the muddy banks of the river completely alone, feeling the ground shake from the sheer weight of the water crashing into the gorge below. As you move south, the elevation shifts dramatically. To get from the high inland plateau down to the southern deserts, you have to survive the Serra da Leba Pass. It is an absolute engineering marvel. A ribbon of asphalt folded into dozens of terrifying hairpin turns, carved straight down the side of a sheer green mountain. Driving on it feels like you are dropping out of the sky. And that extreme elevation gives Angola its most terrifying and beautiful feature: the Tundavala Gap. You are standing on a rocky volcanic plateau and the earth just suddenly ends. It is a sheer vertical drop of over 3,000 feet. You look down, past the clouds, onto a massive flat plain that stretches all the way to the ocean. It physically feels like you have reached the edge of the world. That is the reality of Angola. It is not just another spot on the map. It is massive, untamed, and holds some of the most dramatic, heavy geography on the African continent. If you found the sheer scale of this country as fascinating as we do, hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. We are exploring the geography, the history, and the hidden realities of every corner of this incredible continent. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.